Um, Honestly, I've been asked this question a few times. Number one, yes, sometimes I get very lazy and I just don't want to edit videos. So I skip days and I don't edit, but I'm always editing. So if I'm not editing video for YouTube, just trying to get better at editing photos, going back over photos. One guy I follow, Peter McKinnon, said, edit the same photo 5 times. So I've been doing that with photos, been doing that with videos lately. Um, just really just trying to work on my craft with media. Right now, can't really do too much with the whole COVID stuff. And, obviously in Texas right now, we got all this snow. So I'm not really able to go do things that I want to do. But in the meantime, I'm just working on my craft and getting better at getting better with what I already have. All right, so that's kind of intro in this video. But I've been asked this question. It's, hey, did you go to college? Sometimes when I sub, a lot of the kids ask like, "Hey, did you graduate? How did you get to where you're at now?" I don't want to make this video longer than about 5 minutes because one, I'm tired, and two, I'm about to get ready to go to work, go train and go to work. So, did I go to college? What am I doing? How did I get here? Blah blah blah, all that. In a nutshell, basically, I barely got into college by the grace of God, skin on my teeth, which as you can see how light they are, there's really no skin on them. So I barely got in. Very last minute, last day to get accepted into college, I got accepted. And I thank God for that. My ACT scores were trash. My scores coming into college were trash from high school. My record as a teen was bad. My school record was horrible. I just was not a eligible person for any schools, except sports wise. A lot of school, yeah. I don't want to say too much there, but just yeah, sports. I was always good. I put my effort in sports, so I would have done fine. Which I came to this college to do gymnastics, and music and stuff, and I excelled in those things, obviously. But grades and all the other stuff out the window. I lasted about a year and a half before financial aid came and pulled me out of my sophomore year midterm, second semester, and told me that, hey, you had a four-way scholarship, but your parents stopped paying about 2 or 3 semesters ago. So that was a slap in the face. And that information right there pushed me to, one, never go home again. Do things on my own. I had already not been home, but that really made me just say, screw you guys. And two, it pushed me to just be better. It pushed me to say, you know what, everything that I'm good at, I'm going to learn and be better. So I was already doing music. At that time, I was performing nearly every single weekend, somewhere doing something, whether it was recruiting, it was hosting my own little events around town. I worked with this church over here, and we would go to Houston and do mission trips. We did just going all over doing music, and I had so much fun. Eventually started my YouTube channel, which is this channel, which I know a lot of you have seen some of my old videos, like my first video. Then I stapled my foot on accident. There's just a few terrible videos are out there. But anyway, with all that being said, I kept pushing myself, and I basically have worked every type of job there is out there. My favorite hasn't been anything with working with kids. So substituting is fun, but what I mean is like at risk youth is my favorite because that was me as well. And so I like working there because I feel that I can, and I have seen, the what's that called? The rapport that I have with kids in that situation. God's just been able, or God's used me to be able to just relate and be able to help people in that situation. Darn, I'm gonna go past 5 minutes. Maybe 6 minutes. Let's say 6 minutes. But anyway, so I've just, like I said, that one moment, I had a particular staff member that came to me and told me that all I would ever do one day is just be living in an apartment somewhere and just wishing and hoping somebody would come over and record with me, and basically that I was going to do absolutely nothing with my life of worth of value. And I've seen that person and talked to that person since, and they've shaken my hand and told me how proud they were to see me where I'm at. They haven't apologized for the words they said, but I mean, that was enough for me, right? Another part of that is that, some of y'all come from situations like myself where you're the black sheep of the family, and what you do isn't worth anything to your family. I'm gonna just tell you this right now because I've been there, I'm there, and I know how that feels. And I'm gonna just tell you, push. What they're gonna say to you, I don't care how old are you, because trust me, it started for me back when I was like 7 or 8 years old when I first got into karate. I knew that I could make something of fighting, whether that was becoming a teacher, whether that was becoming the ultimate fighter or whatever, going to the Olympics or whatever. But I knew that one day I was gonna make something of it, and I did, and I have. No matter what it is, no matter what age you are, okay, people are going to hate what you want to do. People are going to say that what you want to do isn't going to make you money. You're not going to be happy in the long run. If you're a guy, well, can you provide for your family with that? If you're a girl, well, you think that's really a role for a female? Don't listen to none of that. I'm going to tell you that right now. Don't listen to any of that stuff, because had I listened to what this particular staff member told me, what my father or what my mother or my sister or my uncles or teachers that I've had, and military people that talked to me, some of my dad's coworkers and friends that told me stuff, had I listened to any of that trash growing up, I wouldn't be here today. I would have just given up. I would have gone the route they wanted me to go. I'd be doing a job that they would be proud of, and I would be, I'd probably have a big old stomach and hating my life, and I got a wife and, kids, and I'm doing that life, and I'm, for what? For their approval? Forget their approval. Seriously, don't worry about other people's approval, man. If you listen, sometimes in life we are no. I'm not going to say sometimes. That's the wrong thing. God gives us all something in our heart that tells us this is the thing we want to do. I would say almost 100% of the time, it's stuff that inspires people, stuff that'll help people. Some people have known since they were a kid that they're supposed to be a nurse or police officer. Some people have known they're supposed to do art or ballet or anything like that, be a motivational speaker, however it may be a YouTuber, make people laugh, make people cry, make people dance, make people read books, teach people how to do certain things, take pictures with people, be a makeup artist, do hair, whatever it may be. God puts in our hearts, there's that thing we know that we're supposed to do, whether that's work with animals, be a fireman, whatever, be in the military, become a doctor. I listen, there's just so much. Even if you want to be a stay-at-home wife or husband, so you can be the one that raises your kids, not the TV, not some teacher at school, whatever that the case may be. Listen, it's in your heart for a reason, and do that thing. Don't give up. Don't fall to the wayside just because times got hard, or your mom or your dad or your guardian or whoever, your loved one. I had an ex tell me it was her or music, and I chose her. That was dumb because I took 5 years off. That's 5 years that I could have been working on my craft. But you know what? It's all good. I'm back now. I'm great. I got a supportive number two. So it's cool. But I'm just saying that don't allow other people's influences on you to stop doing that thing that you love. I almost would dare to say, get off social media, get off TikTok. Like, stop worrying about the people on TikTok. Stop worrying about people on Instagram and Twitter. A lot of these people live fake lives and don't tell you what's real, what's true. If you find some that are real and they tell you, hey, it's going to be hard and you're not going to have this polished lifestyle out of nowhere, you got to work for it. And even when you get it, you got to work to maintain it and do better. If they're not telling you the truth, stop following them. Me, on the other hand, I'm going to just tell y'all straight up. I've had times where I was doing financially, because I know everybody measures success with money. So financially, I had one of the best years in 2014. I'm talking about I had two high paying jobs. I made a ton of money. I had a lot of cars. I had my own place to live. I was doing great. I was living it up. Yeah, however. Um, the other side of that is after after something a pretty big event happened in my life, pretty much lost it all. It all just happened all in a row. It was like this event happened, and then this other thing happened. Then I got fired from one of the jobs, and then I still had the other job, but because I didn't have a place to live, I was living in my car, and then it was just ba ba boom 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 all year. People dying left and right, family, friends, family, friends, family. The year was terrible, and I end up going from all these zeros to a zero in a matter of months. And I've been trying to pick myself up back from that ever since. And then, of course, I had the situation that happened in Oklahoma, and that really got me down because that was something that I felt in my heart that God was calling me to do, but so many outside things were affecting that, and it pushed me away from it. And I stopped and I moved back to Texas, and I haven't really done much with it until last summer. I said, you know what, we doing this thing, and God really just started getting the ball rolling for me, and things have been awesome. Um, I'm getting back to normal per se, but like honestly, just working towards a life that I would be happy with. I know I'm 30 years old, right? So you figure he's an adult, he's got his life made, and he's got his everything together. But truthfully speaking, I still was looking for approval from whether it was parents, my sister, from certain friends, from certain people that I looked up to. I was looking for their approval, but at the end of the day, something that I learned late in life is that you don't need their approval. And this year, 2021, I want to say that once I put aside wanting others' approval and just worried about what it is I want to do and what God's placed on my heart to do, I'm going to tell y'all, life has been so free. So free. No, I'm not a millionaire. No, I'm not throwing money. I'm not at the clubs every weekend and living this party life and so much other stuff that we see on the internet, whatever. But at the end of the day, it's like I can I can go to sleep and just be at peace. Now, I still don't really sleep, and that's just my own thing. I just like being awake and doing stuff and learning things. But for the most part, I can go to sleep. I can wake up every day and go to bed in the evening saying like, wow, that was a successful day for me. I um, I accomplished whatever goal. I made my bed in the morning. I made breakfast that day. Whatever. I played the drums for an hour instead of just 30 minutes. Whatever. I was training this hard today versus the other day. Whatever it may be, I'm doing it, and I'm doing it for me, and I'm doing it for my family, because at the end of the day, it's it's not really about me. It's about them too and me. And so that's what makes me happy. That's what I want to do. And my family, whatever their approval could be, whatever, I don't need it. I mean, if I get it, cool. If I don't, it's my life. With you as well, with your family may not accept who you are. You may be different. You may not fit the normal. Your family may be all blue, but you're that one red, or you're that one yellow, or you're that one rainbow. It does not matter. You know, live your life. Don't worry about others' approval, and make sure that you do what makes you happy. Now, I say that I'm not telling you to go be crazy and do God knows what, but I'm sure that most of y'all, if you have a YouTube, you should be able to kind of understand what I'm talking about, especially if you're following me. do things that help people, do things that you know will make you feel good in your heart, and stop worrying about others' approval. So yeah.